Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, our great millstone, Ruel. Peace, love, and salutation to the Bayafta Wadah, which is the host of David, which is the elect. Shalom. This is your brother Yanaga here from the Providence, Rhode Island camp. Coming back to you again, with a nice video, man, okay? Okay, just a video line backing on what's going on over there and with Russia and Ukraine, and the United States entering, whoa. You understand? So, and Salakia, Shalom to you, sincere Akim, and sincere Aqua after follow the lamb wherever it goes. Shalom. Okay? So, going back here now, I'm gonna just play this video here real quick, and through the spirit, I'll let Yahweh Bashim Yahushai navigate me through the spirit to bring us a few precepts to edify you sincere sheep, okay, of the hopeful elect, okay? So, let's go.
The U.S. has now entered this war. We are at war with Russia. This is just absolutely insane. Alan, you've got some pretty serious stuff to go through here, and I've read a couple of these stories. So show me what you got.
Yeah, it's not exactly a fun conversation, but it is an important one, and it seems like the world is inching closer and closer to World War III, whether we like it or not. So I have a few articles that sort of summarize what's happening.
Okay, so let me bring out my precept, okay? Because we know that we're entering this third world war, right, is going to happen, right? It is going to happen. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible, right? So this is Revelation, right? Chapter 11, verse 14, and it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay? Because this woe, this third world war, okay, this third world war, right, is ultimately Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right, raising up these other nations, right, ultimately to come against Babylon the Great, aka America, right, for the controversy of Zion. Okay, so the Lord is doing all of these things, right, to plead with all, all the flesh that came up against Zion, Israel, right? Okay, Israel. Okay, so let's continue with the video.
Ukraine's ATACMS, I'll explain that in just a second. Ukraine's ATACMS strike on Russia comes after President Putin lowers threshold for nukes. So we are talking about nuclear war here. About a day after President Biden authorized Ukraine to use the long-range, U.S.-made MGM-140 Army Tactical Missile System, those are ATACMS, Army Tactical Missile System, to strike deeper into Russian territory, a new report suggests that the Ukrainian armed forces have hit a military installation in the western Bryansk region. This comes after Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Russia's nuclear weapons doctrine was changed and signed by President Vladimir Putin, indicating, quote, the use of Western non-nuclear rockets by the armed forces of Ukraine against Russia can prompt a nuclear response. So that's the big change here, is like even using non-nuclear weapons could prompt a nuclear response.
Okay, so okay, Vladimir Putin, you could go watch that video for yourself, that little clip for yourself. Vladimir Putin actually responded, okay, and said, look, listen, regardless whether the missiles that they use, right, is non-nuclear or nuclear, right, Russia still is going to respond, man. Okay, which goes to show you that, that Vladimir Putin is not playing, man. He's not playing any games, right? Okay, Vladimir Putin is straight out saying, like, you F around, you're gonna find out. Okay, You F around, you're going to find out, man. Okay? And Russia is not playing, man. Pursuant to, Ezekiel, I think it's the 38th chapter. Okay? Right? They're not playing, man. They're not playing, man. It's the Lord that has turned them back into that Soviet Union, that superpower, man. Okay? And they're not playing, man. So let's go ahead.
So last thing I'll read from this article here is, for the first time, Ukraine's defense forces struck Russian territory with ATACMS ballistic missiles. And that's according to the Ukraine news agency from Tuesday of this week. So we are inching closer. Basically, Putin has warned of this type of, if this type of action was taken, Russia is allowed to, and in his mind, legitimately allowed to use nuclear weapons to retaliate. So things are getting very serious very quickly.
They are. And the thing is that he's been warning us for a decade, and we didn't listen. In fact, the story was sort of buried for many, many years. The Western media did not cover this. So let's move on to your next tabs here.
Yeah, it's actually one of your videos from
Right.
7 years ago. The map that shows why Russia feels surrounded, and this is from 7 years ago. It got 5.5 million views. And by the way, the top, or the highest comment here is from 2 years ago. I came here to rewatch this given recent events. Mike is always ahead of his time. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what this map shows?
Well, what's interesting, there was a video that on YouTube, and it was this was not covered at all. It was a press conference that Putin was holding, saying that the world is being dragged in an irreversible direction, and it's very dangerous, and that
See, that's heavy. The world is being dragged, right, into this conflict, man. Okay, so let's get that real quick. Right, least of the flock, because they are gonna go into this third world war, man. Okay, they are going to go into this third world war. Okay, this is Salakia. This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Right. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Babylon. Okay, Babylon is also known, right, in the scripture, is known as America is is also known as Babylon the Great, in the scriptures. Okay, so it says here, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldees. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Okay, so these small hats are drawing, okay, America into this third world war, man. Okay, they're being drawn into a third world war, man. Okay, and just like what he said, as a matter of fact, let me go back and let me see.
That Putin was holding, saying that the world is being dragged in an irreversible direction, and it's very dangerous, and that
the world is being dragged into an irreversible, direction, man. Okay, because guess what, man? It is not in the hand of these Edomites, man. It's the Lord, man. It's the Lord that's doing this, man. Okay, the Lord is setting these Edomites for the big downfall, man. Salakia, for the big downfall. Okay, right? And they can't reverse. It's already set. It's already set, man. Okay, let me get that in Proverbs 21. Okay, this is Proverbs 21 and 1, and it reads, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So the king will be represented as these modern day presidents or hierarchy that's running the country, right? So Vladimir Putin, right, has the spirit of the Lord, right? Has the spirit of the Lord, right, to bring this destruction, But when you read Ezekiel the 38th chapter, right, the Lord is also against, right, Gog, the land of Gog, okay? Okay, which is where where's modern day Russia is. Okay? So the Lord is using them, right, to bring destruction upon themselves, okay? To make the land desolate. Okay? So let's go.
It was warning us against Ukraine becoming a NATO member. And the press conference was, he was basically telling us that Ukraine cannot become a NATO member and that we have to stop this reckless expansion of NATO. Or he was saying in this video that the world is being dragged in an irreversible direction. And he was warning how dangerous this is and that Russia's response, eventually this could lead to war. Now, he was telling us that back in, I think that was 2015, when I did this presentation. I think this was the Silver Summit in San Francisco or something like that. And what was interesting was after doing this video and the presentation, I found out that Professor of Political Science at Chicago University, Professor John Mearsheimer, made videos warning about this back in 2012. And so, we've had more than a decade to avoid what we are doing is we're making the situation worse, and we have been now for all of these years. So, skip forward a couple of seconds so we can see what it looks like today. And because I animated this map to show this slow creep. Now, this isn't today, this is 2015 today. So you can see here that Sweden and Finland, and then, the Ukraine's stance, and then go to you put together a side-by-side of the Wikipedia update. And so now, Sweden and Finland, so right on Russia's border, we have NATO countries that have US-made NATO weapons. And you can see that the countries that Ukraine, luckily, Belarus does not want to become a NATO member. They're more aligned with Russia. But we need buffer zones. And this is what John Mearsheimer was talking about. We need a neutral buffer zone between Moscow and NATO. There has to be some distance. So have you got any comments on this?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, to clarify, this today is actually referring to 2017, and this map on the right is actually 2024.
Was my presentation in 2017, or was the video?
Okay. So let's grab that scripture, okay? Ezekiel the 38th chapter, right? Okay. This is Ezekiel 38:1. It says, "And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog," right? "The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him," right? So the Lord is against these nations, right? Russia, right? But he's also going to use them, right, to bring destruction, right? Not only to themselves, but to Babylon, right? AKA America. Because like I read, the least of the flock shall draw them out. These small hats is gonna, draw America into this third world war. Okay, thus making this bitch desolate. Okay. So it says verse 3, "And say, thus said the Lord, right, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and will put hooks into thy jaws." Okay, so they go turn them back and make them into that Soviet Union again, man. Okay, because just remember, the NATO alliance, right, was created, or I should say made, to combat the USSR. Okay, So it says here, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shield, all of them handling swords. Okay? So you're seeing the culmination of these nations, right? That's going to be gathered with Russia, right? Now it says here below, it says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmets. Okay, so the Lord is going to gather some of these nations and put them down there into the valley of Yehoshaphat, right? And they're going to all be desolate, man. They're all going to be destroyed, man. Okay, it says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah and the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee. Be Salakia, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a God unto them. Okay, so let's go to the video again.
Released in 2017.
Well, the video was released in 2017, so
I
it's
believe the presentation was 2015 or 20.
the gray areas between the red and the blue, the buffer zone that you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Here, the gray areas are disappearing. The red and the blue are smushing up against each other. That suggests conflict.
Yes, it does. And the response time is shortened. As we move closer with NATO, they have to make a decision in just minutes whether or not to launch nuclear missiles. I mean, it's extremely dangerous. And what do we actually get out of it, out of this constant NATO expansion? What does it do for the United States? It's making the world a very dangerous place.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Right. Okay. It's making a world, because these Edomites know that, you know, they you know, this is gonna happen. This has to happen, man. Okay. This is scripture. This is Bible prophecy, man, and the prophecy is literally jumping off the pages, man. Literally speaking, man. And you got people out here prophesying peace and safety, man. Okay. You've seen how, you know, the infrastructure of this place is being teared from the seams, man. Okay. So, you know, this you know, I'm gonna call this video here, right? Prophecy is speaking, man. Okay. Welcome to the Third World War. Okay. Welcome to the Third World War. Okay, because this place has to go down, man. Okay. It has become the habitation of devils, man. Okay, all types of wicked shit go on over here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, so continuing.
Doesn't help me sleep better at night. It's going the opposite direction.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
So yeah, just in, Russian President Putin is open to discussing a ceasefire with Ukraine if negotiations are led by U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Putin has ruled out any significant territorial concessions and demands that Ukraine abandon its NATO membership ambitions. That's critical.
Right. And that's what he's been pushing for now since that presentation I made. You know, actually before that. This is there. I believe there is a 2012 video out there by John Mearsheimer where he's outlining that Ukraine has to be a buffer zone. That's what we need, is somebody neutral in the middle that does not have NATO weapons.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Another article here from Zero Hedge came out Wednesday. Europe braces for war as Biden shovels more fuel on the fire. So Europeans are focused on the very real possibility that the Biden-Harris administration is going to start World War III on its way out the door.
Amazing.
So, yeah, this is Europe, and I want to just skim this quickly and give you a sense of what's happening in Europe. Sweden is sending out 5 million pamphlets to its citizens, telling them how to prepare.
Okay, so just like I was saying, okay, you got other nations that's, you know, handing out little information documents, right, on how to prepare for this nuclear event. But over here in America is peace and safety, man. It's peace and safety, right? You know, nobody has a care in the world about what's actually transpiring, right? But like the scriptures say, man, okay, as they say, peace and safety, sudden destruction falleth upon them, man. Okay, the city that dwelleth without, gates, without walls. Okay, because everybody here is complacent in their life, man. Nobody is worrying about, oh, this could never happen to them. This could never happen to America. But listen, man, this is serious, man. This third world war, right, is gonna kick off, man, and America is gonna get dragged right into it, man. Okay, when they least expect it. Okay, so continuing.
So referring to things like shelter and food and water, that kind of stuff. Finland has launched a new website advising people on how to prepare. The Norwegians recently mailed out their own booklet giving people tips on how to prepare for the end of the world. Yikes. The Finnish website includes instructions on how people should react, talking about a radiation hazard. The Germans are making their own preparations for the coming apocalypse, quote unquote, and similar things in Prague. So
they're talking about the upcoming apocalypse, man. Okay, say this thing is more serious than this thing is very serious, man. Okay, so let's get that. Habakkuk chapter 2. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse, I'll start at the top. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. So we're here on our watch, right, as watchmen, right, for the house of Israel, right, watching for the destruction that's coming. Okay, and we're making it plain upon tables. Okay, we're not coming with excellency of speech or very intricate words. We're here to say, look, listen, point blank period, man. Just listen, this thing is coming, man. Okay, you're seeing the signs. The scriptures say, measured all the time diligently in itself. Okay, so it says here, continuing, it says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay, the point right here, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, so this thing is coming, man. This thing is really, at the front door, man. Okay, World War III is at the front door, man. So you could watch his video right here. This guy Mike Malone, Gold and Silver with Mike Malone. Okay, and Lord willing, I put the link in the description box. But hey, man, the vision is yet for an appointed time. At the end it shall speak and not lie. Shalom.